Okay, so I thought I would go through quickly and give you a little rundown of what I actually have in my bag. Just got back from a game, so this is everything that was actually in the game. Some of my equipment and everything. Alright, first off here, I have my helmet. It's a Easton S9. It's a pretty nice helmet. Doesn't work great with glasses though, unfortunately. Also then on it is I have my Nike Bauer cage. I don't really care for wearing a cage, but unfortunately none of my visors that I would normally wear work on it, so it's got a cage for now. Yeah, works pretty nice. Pretty good helmet. Nice foam and everything in there, pretty hard. So it's pretty well protecting. Next thing we have in there is a pair of Easton shoulder pads. These are Easton Synergy EQ20 shoulder pads. They're kind of big, a little bit bulky shoulder pads. When I'm wearing them, they're not huge. They're not like the linebacker shoulder pads some people have. They're pretty nice though. They're very light, which is really, really nice. And they stay on pretty well. So, pretty good. My old pair of shoulder pads are actually over here. It's a pair of Mission Roller hockey pads that I used to wear that actually offered much less protection. There are the two of them. Side by side here a little bit. The Mission one's a little bit smaller size overall, but much, much heavier. And when they would get wet from sweat, it was terrible to keep those things on. Next up, and I'm just going to do this as a, here are my elbow pads that I got this year. So I only got about a year of use on them. You can already see that they're holding up really well. Really nice. But all the stickers on them and or whatever this is, silk screening is not holding up so well. They're Winwells. 6 light, I guess is what they are. They're pretty nice though. They have the bottom part is a molded cup, and then there's the your upper part of your arm to hold on to, which is pretty nice. You slip that underneath the elbow pad, the shoulder pads on the little shoulder overhang pads, and they stay in real nice. I don't have any of that tacky stuff that some of the shirts, undershirts have to keep these in place, but they stay in place pretty well. So mostly because they're the two-part kind of design. I have some other elbow pads that I've used before. These got these real cheap Bauers that were just kind of two pieces of plastic, and not even plastic, just like foam rubber, and this insert in the middle, and insert on the outside, and these would never stay on. These would always slip and fall, and weren't any good. Whereas these guys, because they're the two-piece design, it's nice. This stays in place. This keeps it in place, so they stay right up where they're supposed to, doing their job. Here we go. This is my backup pair of gloves that I have. A pair of old Franklin's. Love Franklin stuff. That's what I started using when I first started buying gear, like forever ago. These are red, white, and blue ones because that's just what I was able to find. They're a pretty good sized glove. I think these guys are probably 14.5, yeah, 14.5 inch. So I like my gloves to have a pretty big cuff. You can see there, that's a pretty good sized cuff around there. And my fingers all the way get to the end and everything else fits nice. They have their THT, Total Hockey Technology, which is basically this stuff is air cooled, which just about everything has now. I mean, even my helmet has some air cooling in it. You can see the vents right there. And it does actually work. It does actually help keep your hands a little bit drier. You don't sweat quite as much. Palms have the same thing. These don't get used a whole lot because they are backup gloves. But a couple things I really do like about these old Franklin gloves is, one, they're pretty hard. Like, I like to have a little bit of play around in my hand. When I move it around, I like to, some smaller gloves, you can't really do that as well. And because the cuff is big, it's no problem. And also the cuff is big, so there's not a lot of room from the elbow pad, you can see here, elbow pad to the glove. There's not a lot of room in there. So that's nice. I like having that full protection on it. So one thing that does happen with these guys, though, and I have other pairs of gloves that have this happen real bad, is because this is all one piece of like foam rubber in the fingers, is if you start using them, these pieces in between tend to wear out, and the foam rubber stuff will actually come out, and you have to stuff it back in. So I have plenty of gloves that have that. Water bottle. Sure, I have to have a water bottle for the game. Next up, we'll go with my actual gloves that I use during a game. That's these bad boys right here. These, I actually found these as like an on sale because nobody wanted them, because nobody knew what the hell they were. Gloves at a place called Cleveland Hockey Supply. Used to be out by Hopkins Airport. These are Louisville gloves, and yeah, I love these things. They what else they got? They got I have no idea what hyperlock means. Pro Response, Louisville TPS, which I thought was all for baseball bats. Of course, a lovely, lovely red, which goes with completely nothing that I have, unless I wear my green jerseys, then I look like Santa Claus. But these things are great. They have these Cool Max stuff inside here, which actually does do a pretty good job of keeping my hands from not getting super dripping, disgusting wet. And these guys have been my main gloves for, wow, a couple of years. A couple of years of roller, since I've been playing regular ice hockey too, so they're holding up pretty good. I mean, you can see, I mean, they're beat up, but they're not in terrible shape. The palms, dirty, but not terrible. Not terrible by any means. It's a little rip in the fingers, but that's not bad. I mean, these guys, this is the glove that gets the most abuse, because it's the one that gets stuck out there all the time if, you know, trying to do a poke check or something. And, yeah, I mean, it's beat up, but the glove itself is in great shape. You know, it's all cosmetic on there. Palms and everything, you know, I've seen people have the palms get ripped up through their gloves and stuff. Nothing with these guys. So, great glove. If I could find more of these, I totally would. Oh, the best part about them, look at the cuff. I love having a big cuff, like I said, and that's as nice, as big of a cuff as you can find. That's just beautiful. I've never seen a glove with a cuff that big before. So, there you go. They do have a little hole in the thumb there. That's alright, it's got this extra thumb padding like on it, so that doesn't matter. So there we go. Next thing up here is I really do have a lot of Easton stuff. I didn't really realize that. My Easton shin guards. I've had these guys for quite a number of years too. They're 15-inch because I like a little bit of a longer shin guard because it goes over my skate. I don't put them inside my skate like some people do. These guys are they're pretty nice. They're durable, obviously. They've lasted years and years. When I played roller hockey, I didn't put anything over them, so it was just shin guards. So if I went to go block a shot or slide or something, it was shin guard right on whatever surface it was. So I used to go through a lot of shin guards. Not as much anymore because I like to make them a little bit better of a skater, so I don't have to go sliding around as much. But you can see they're nicked up pretty good. But one of the things I love with these shin guards is, first of all, they have the wrap on them, so it goes right around your leg, which is great. So it provides some extra protection down there. There you go, your calf wrap. And the other thing I like is it's got the removable liner. You can just take it right out. You can go dry this separately from this. Dries much, much faster, much, much better. Like your skates, like when you take your the footbeds out of your skates, same idea on that. It also has see in here a little bit of a knee cup, which I always like to get for my shin guard. So if I do drop down and hit the ice, it doesn't hurt as much. It's got a little extra cushioning. Knee cups seem to work a lot better than just padding, I've noticed. And I've also had shin guards that don't have it really this kind of a cup. It's cut out here in the middle, so it really is just this outline here. And I've noticed that if you drop down hard on your knees, which if you're dropping to your knees, you usually are dropping down hard. You're not gently going down to the ice. That tends to hurt a lot more. I've had where my knees kind of goes through the little hole, and it's pretty much then just going straight onto the plastic, onto the ice, and that hurts a lot. So really like this kind of a design, and I like the removable on it too. And it's a pretty well around wrapped shin guard, which is really, really nice. So here's the other guy. A little bit more beat up. This one, you can tell which shin I dropped down on a little bit more. This one's a little bit more beat up. The plastic is dented in and beat up right there, but not terribly so. It still works, still protects. This is my hockey pants. My I have no idea why I bought these when I bought them, because I wasn't really playing ice hockey at the time. But they are CCM. I mean, they're pretty run-of-the-mill standard hockey pants. Nothing fancy about them at all. Yeah, nothing at all fancy. I mean, they protect. They do their job. They protect my ass and my thighs, which is what they're supposed to do. So, other goodies that I have in here. I have my skates, of course. These are my skates. They're the Bauer Vapor X40 skate. This is what I would wear. I was wearing for rollerblades as well. So I just really like the boot. It's pretty hard and nice like that. I get a little bit smaller size because you can't really wrap it down as much, I don't think. So I get a little bit smaller than I normally would get, probably, just because of that. Because it is such a hard boot, but that's alright. My foot kind of pushes it out a little bit. Yeah, I like it. I mean, back here is nice and hard too. You know, that's really hard. That's not super flexible, so don't worry about getting hit right on the Achilles there, which is nice. No lace bite. This pattern here kind of stops lace bite from occurring. So really like these skates. Another thing I really like on here is I got these laces. They're super wax laces that are kind of roundish. I don't know if you can kind of see that. They're rounded on there, and because they have so much wax, I mean, they're a little bit tacky, and you can bend them a little bit, but they stay in place. You tighten your skates once really well, and that's it. My other lace I used to have, just regular wax laces, is I would get skates on, tighten everything down, go out for pregame skate, would kind of loosen up a little bit, so I have to ratchet it down again. And with these guys, I'm able to get it down once before the game. Nothing loosens up, stays nice and tight on me. And it keeps it nice and tight right at the eyelets too, so I'm able to keep the front kind of loose and real tight right here for the where your foot kind of turns right up there, your heel, keep that locked in, and a little bit looser up top, and that stays in very nice. The other thing I have here is I always take out, because I'm drying my stuff off, because like I said, I just played. I have some Shock Doctor footbeds that I've put in instead of the standard footbeds. You can see here, this is the standard Bauer Super Fit footbed. The Shock Doctor one has these little holes, some little bumps and stuff that's supposed to be better conforming to your feet. Obviously a little bit thicker, a little bit more cushioning on there. And these holes do let your feet breathe a little bit. It's noticeable. My feet aren't nearly as gross when I pull them out at the end. And these guys dry faster than these. I found that these, you pull them out when you're off your skates, and because of the material on the bottom, this is a pretty shiny, slick material. This is kind of tacky, almost. Got a pattern to it. I'd pull these out when I was done skating, and everything would be wet here. So of course then the inside of the skate's wet, which isn't that great. Whereas with these Shock Doctor guys, this wasn't as wet. It just seemed like everything breathed a little better with these, so the inside of my skates weren't as wet. Took them less time to dry. I think they stayed in a little bit better shape because of that. So that's a big reason why I swapped those out. Alright. Of course the other skate, because I do use two skates. The other thing I have in here is I keep a little box here with some stuff. Some interesting stuff. I have a little Bauer emergency repair kit for helmets. Has some friction tape or Gordie Howe tape, because I tape all my sticks with that. This is the wax I use seaweed stick wax for my sticks. Lace tightener. And then I use one of these. It's a Gladiator mouth guard that I use. It's pretty nice. name and number, little skull and crossbones there, little logo on the side. It's a pretty nice mouth guard. They have a guarantee on it, which is the big reason I liked it, because I tend to chew through all my mouth guards, and that guy's guaranteed that I will not chew through it. So, I have stuff like a towel, some hockey socks. I'll show the hockey socks real quick, because I do like those. Or two different kinds of hockey socks when I play. And they do two different things. I've always worn two socks when I play. I know some people don't wear any socks. I can't imagine that. I have some of these Dry Max socks that are real nice. I wear these for underneath. And they keep everything drier. A little bit of wick away on there. And then on top of it, I wear these Easton socks. And the reason I wear these is because of this material up here, which is supposed to stop your Achilles from getting slashed if you fall on the ground and somebody steps on you with their skate. That's supposed to prevent you from getting your leg all cut up. So, I like those a lot. Alright, well that's everything that's in my hockey bag, and I'll go kind of show you what I do here. Once I get everything in out of the hockey bag, what I'll do is everything goes up here onto this tree that I built out of PVC, so very fancily. And yeah, I'll show you that. I get everything put up on there, and I usually spray it down a little bit with some sort of antibacterial spray.